very good word dynamic FINOWNCE. No, there's a word FINOWNCE or the word finance now. I would like to also greet and say thank you to your Professor Montoya, Sheriff Montoya, for conducting this event, and kudos to all the leadership of the Gold and Blue. Am I correct? The Gold and Blue Forever True, RTU. All right, that's why I need to wear color blue today. All right, so I designed the course today or the presentation today in a way where I will not bore you with so many presentations, but I will deep dive already into the real world of decentralized finance. Maybe a little bit of introduction, cryptocurrency for those who are really quote unquote cryptocurrency for dummies. But I'm sure alam nyo na to, no? You guys have probably heard about NFTs, Axis of the world, a little bit of Ethereum, a little bit of US dollar Tether, but we're gonna be deeper. We're gonna be doing deeper dive, no? And I'm very excited because when I was in your age, we were only talking about Microsoft Excel, as SAP as our means of future, no? Our teachers back then, they were all about filing, how to make sure you do your ledgers in a manual perspective. Ngayon, we're all talking about immersing our students in terms of the digital future of finance, and kudos to all of you on that. Before we officially start, I would like to introduce to you our company, the Global Miranda Miner Group, in a little bit of a video. So let's just all listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. You need to take time to find your bread and butter trade. Ang focus is very important. Dahan-dahanin mo, wag ka mafo-FOMO. Diba? I always tell you to trust the system. No, I want you to wait for a confirmation candle. Wait for this line to be broken. To never, ever do shortcuts in trading.
Kaya ang galing-galing talaga pag natutunan mo yung tinuturo ni boss bago na-i-apply mo. Bago yung patient tsaka yung discipline.
Si Coach kasi, he's not just a content creator. Talagang mentor siya. Pinaglalaanan niya ng oras lahat ng videos niya. Not for him, not to get subscribers, pero para matuto tayo, para maging profitable tayo kagaya niya. Sobrang amazing lang kasi konti lang yung taong gano'n na hindi madamot, na hindi niya sasarilinin kung paano siya mag-earn ng pera. Si Coach kasi mas gusto niya pang i-share yung blessings niya.
Nag-decide ako i-PM po kayo, nag-enroll po ako sa inyo sa beginner class. Ginawa ko po talaga everyday, 3 to 4 videos niya sa YouTube ang pinapanood ko. Tapos nilinote ko pa talaga lahat.
Ka. Hindi tatakbo yung market, hindi mauubos yung trade setup na yan. Find that bread and butter setup. Vulnerability in trading is our most accurate measurement of trading quotient. You have yet to see your success. You have yet to see your millions. Andiyan dyan na. Are you going to give up today? Or are you going to use the word not yet? Alright, that is Global Miranda Miner Corporation. We are actually an education company like you guys. So my goal in the company is to teach aspiring traders and people who would like to understand cryptocurrency as a whole, not just on the DeFi, no? So please visit us as well. We have a website, globalmirandaminer.com, and I am Coach Miranda Miner. And of course, we have already 52,000 plus subscribers. Narinig ko kanina, you guys have a sponsor. Thank you for that, no? And I would like to let you guys know that all of you here, no? All of you here are, okay, there's just a little bit of background that I'm hearing. Maybe you guys could go on mute for the interest of others. Very good, thank you. So, okay, maybe you guys could please go on mute if I could ask the facilitators to do that. Thank you, guys. All right, I have also a promotion for all of you, no? If you subscribe to our channel, all of you are qualified to a raffle and win 5,000 pesos. Tonight is the raffle. Go to my YouTube channel, Coach Miranda Miner, subscribe, and kung kaya nyo pa, no? Kung kaya nyo pa manood, go to my channel tonight at 10 o'clock. I'm going to do the raffle for RTU students. You can win 5,000 pesos and you can win a hardware wallet. It's actually called Trezor, no? You could actually store your coins there. It's actually a USB-enabled wallet. And that's probably, baka yun na yung start mo magsimula sa cryptocurrency. You can win a hardware wallet and you can win 5,000 pesos in cash. So congratulations in advance to you and good luck. Okay, so let's talk about cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency, alam nyo ba that 4% of the Filipinos today, they own cryptocurrency, no? And maybe a little bit of a portion of that, you know, is just aware of what cryptocurrency is. You know, according to a Singapore-based AAA cryptocurrency payments company in their research, Philippines is even beating, you know, the neighboring countries in terms of cryptocurrency adoption. Around 4 million Filipinos, or 3.98%, own crypto. Matter of fact, the banks today are evolving. Right now, a couple of weeks ago, Union Bank, which is my corporate bank today, is actually planning to offer crypto custodial services. And one registered company, PDAX, or Philippine Digital Asset Exchange, is planning to add 5 more. Actually, they have already added, by the way, I've already seen their website. They have added 5 more cryptocurrency pairs in their platform. A lot of headlines today, sinasabi sa ABS-CBN, we have Axie as a source of income. Type number 1 if you're a player of Axie. Sige nga. I want to see RTU kung sila ay already updated with what's happening. Dami nagna number 1. Very good. No, very, very good. So, you guys are part of this generation. No? You're earning and everyone has an opportunity to earn. But let's try to deep dive. What is it about? So give me an opportunity lang to discuss something about cryptocurrency, and I'll make this very fast because I need us to go to the site. I want you guys to see the actual demo of the decentralized finance, no? So, little bit of history. I don't know where you guys are at 1998, but during that time, during the 1998 era, there's already sort of a research and a white paper, you know, proof of work concept. There's probably a bit gold concept, cryptography, etc., but it did not materialize. By 2008, there's a fictional character, Satoshi Nakamoto. In fact, no one has seen this guy. Last year, there was a headline about Satoshi. He was claiming he was Satoshi. There was a case in the United States claiming he was Satoshi, and he was claiming to claim the estate rather of Satoshi worth $3 billion. You would imagine a jury and a judge, in their hands lies the $3 billion, you know, of Bitcoin. 2009, the first 50 Bitcoin are mined, okay, and and there was actually a purchase of 2 pizzas, no, for 10,000 BC. You would imagine magkano yun. By 2010, 2012, when everyone else is busy on what's happening with the 9/11, at that time, Bitcoin already passed the $1 value, and Litecoin in this case came into the picture. It's an alternative coin. By 2013, 2 years, the value went towards $1,000. No, threshold met for the first time in 2017 onwards. Diyan pinanganak yung DeFi, decentralized finance, NFT, and the industry grew. The industry grew from a small industry to right now almost 2 trillion market capitalization. How does the blockchain work? Imagine ninyo Google Docs in a layman's term. Google Docs, unlike before Microsoft Word, you guys cannot share Microsoft Word. Ngayon, Google Docs na everyone, you could see what's happening. You could see the changes. It's like Google Docs, in a very, very layman's term. Punta ka doon, i-share mo lang siya. Obviously, for lack of better comparison, yun munang i-kukumpara natin. But obviously, it's not just Google Docs, no? So blockchain obviously is a ledger coordinated, by series of computers around the world, not just one supercomputer, no? Obviously, when there's a transaction na ginawa, it's gonna be processed by multiple computers through nodes, no? And obviously, there's an algorithm on those processing, no? To make it very layman for you, may tinatawag tayong, for example, C++ or Java or those types of programming language. Within Bitcoin, there's what you call, Solidity or Haskell, or other languages that are functional and blockchain specific, no? So may programming language yan sa kanyang blockchain. And as a matter of fact, para makapag-develop ka ng app within that particular blockchain, you need to know that particular programming language, no? There is Turing Incomplete, there is Haskell, there is Solidity. Those are the programming languages of those top blockchains like Bitcoin, Aave, and Ethereum, no? Pagkatapos ng validation na yan, obviously there's gonna be a verification of transaction. You need to remember that cryptocurrency itself, by itself, it has no value unless it's actually coupled with a fiat currency, no? For example, meron kang Dogecoin. A Dogecoin is just a digital money without value unless you couple it with a fiat currency, in this case, US dollar Tether. When I say couple, bibili ka. Meron kang USDT, deposit ka, bibili mo yung Dogecoin. Eventually, it will become Doge USDT. Ganun yon. Meron siyang coupling. Pagkatapos ma-validate, it will now become part of the ledger, and then that's easy as that. It's gonna be transaction complete. Couple of things you need to remember if it's actually part of a blockchain. Once it's actually blockchained, it's ledgered, it's immutable. The person who created the particular contract within the blockchain, he himself cannot even change, cannot even penetrate, no? The smart contract agreement without getting noticed. May mga konting improvements na kailangan ginawa na dapat gawin. As a matter of fact, December of last year, there was a taproot improvement for Bitcoin. By middle of this year, there's gonna be Ethereum 2.0. Bakit? Kasi may mga opportunities yung unang launches niya, no? May mga opportunities sila, make it even faster and better and stronger. Let's talk first with Fintech or financial technologies, no? In 2022, couple of the trends that I'm seeing right now are obviously cross-border payments, Bakit? Of course, may mga challenges ang SWIFT payment ngayon. If you guys would have recalled in the news today, because we have Ukraine issues, they canceled the SWIFT payment of some banks in Russia. It's a massive blow in their economy. So meaning yan, SWIFT can be used, as a crippler, so to speak, pangpapilay sa isang ekonomiya, no? So cross-border payments is very, 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 very regulated, no? I work with a company called MoneyGram, and I can tell you, again, without giving you all too much details, I can tell you napakarami namin binablock na payments. Just because, for example, may isang Amerikano na nagpapadala sa isang babae sa Pilipinas. Oh, kaano-ano mo to? How are you related to this person? Blocked. No? So cross-border payments is becoming sort of a trend, but at the same time a deterrent, no? Because you need to remember, people could use cross-border payments as a way to do money laundering, no? And we will not go in that direction, but that's potential, no? Layering, money laundering, etc. Second trend is super apps in finance. Guys, kayo ba naka-order na kayo sa mga Grab Food, Lazada, Shopee, right? And you being able to pay using your cards even on cash on delivery, etc. Those are super apps, right? Those are super apps. And for the most part, ladies and gentlemen, for the most part, itong super apps na ito, it will be part, no? Darating po yung panahon from a fintech perspective that the banks nowadays, yung brick and mortar na bangko, mga tao dyan, all of that will be digitalized. You will not need to go to a teller, no? I will discuss maya-maya ano yung technology ng blockchain equivalent to a teller, all right? Number 3, digital banks and neobanks. For example, Union Bank. No, they're already a digital bank. Alam nyo ba guys that right now, when we opened, Security Bank, you don't need to go to the bank already. Opening an account right now can be opened over a KYC online or Know Your Customer online. That's already possible. Unlike ng mga unang panahon, you need to be there, kailangan ka interview, may ID ka dapat, you need to, they need to see you, ikaw ba talaga to si Miranda Miner and everything like that. They need to see you. No, that's Know Your Customer requirement by the law. No, ngayon, there are banks that are existing for the simple purpose of facilitating loans, facilitating to be able to finance loans, no, and do digital services, no. Meron na mga companies today, for example, PDAX, no, you can now store your money in their wallets, CoinsPH. CoinsPH is not a bank, but they are electronic. Diba? You can now go to CoinsPH and put your pesos there. And within CoinsPH, you could pay your toll fees, you could pay your auto RFIDs. Pag nagda-drive ka, you could just pay, you could pay your bills, etc. No? When you open your Citibank right now or your BPI, no, you could now pay for your bills, transfer, etc. Hindi na po uso yung papadala ka ng cheque dun sa isang tao unless the receiving person requires a manager's check or a check. No? And of course, the artificial intelligence, I know this, ladies and gentlemen, because I work again with MasterCard and MoneyGram. No? I work for them, by the way. So, they're leveling up their fraud detection. The artificial intelligence is actually leveling up. Bakit? Siyempre, the way of quote-unquote manipulating and doing fraud nowadays are evolving. No? So I remember, without again giving too much information about AI for fraud detection, for example, ginamit mo ng ilang beses yung card mo, sunod-sunod. The fraud AI will detect it to be fraudulent or potentially fraudulent. It will put a temporary block to your card. Sunod-sunod mong sinwipe. Tapos, nasa Pilipinas ka, bigla ka nag-withdraw sa Taiwan. Block agad yon. Unless you tell your bank. Diba? Na-read nun chip, nag-withdraw ka sa US, nasa Pilipinas ka, you did not tell us, block yon. Eventually they need to evolve. Obviously, because money nowadays are digital, so there's already digital way to get your money out from you. Okay? But what is the purpose of decentralized finance, no? In this particular case, you need to remember that yes, there are a lot of banks, but in the Philippines itself, even in the United States, in the whole world, there's around 2 billion people that are unbanked. What does that mean? Wala silang bangko. They prefer not to go to the bank. Mayayaman na mga datu, mayayaman na mga monarchs, no? They don't want to go to the bank. They have their own castle to put their money. Yung mga tao nasa probinsya, mayayaman, no? They would rather keep their money in physical. May mga ganyan pa rin tao, guys. They just don't want to go to the bank. Right? And sometimes, marami kang pera, marami kang ari-arian, you don't want to go to the bank. So when you go to the bank and apply for a loan, they will say, no, wala ka namang account number. How can we monitor your credit, your character, no, and your credibility? Diba?
Para
Okay.
dito. Certificate of...
Okay, I just wanna maybe, okay. All right. Thank you, moderators. Please unmute. Thank you. All right. So the next one, obviously, guys, just keep yourself on mute. Otherwise, I will be trumped, no, to 2%. Anyways, So the next one is transparency. No? Bakit? Kasi for transparency, for example, pumunta ka ng bangko, uy, na-block yung account ko, what is the reason? The bank will never tell you, oh, kasi may utang ka dun sa BDO, hindi mo binayaran. No? May utang ka dun sa BDO, hindi mo binayaran. For example, oh, may utang ka dun sa kabila. That's why but we will never tell you that. I will just tell you you're not approved. No? Obviously, from a perspective of a transparency, yung decentralized bank or decentralized finance rather, you could see the reason why. No? And then no intermediary banks, and then obviously choose your interest rates. Okay. Let's now move on. Boom. Ayaw na mga tanggulatin na napaka-busy na slide, no? But before we do so, give me a second, guys. Okay, before we do so, I would like to Before we do so, I would like to give you a little bit of expectations on the decentralized finance, no? So, medyo busy yung slide, pero if you think about it, ladies and gentlemen, medyo kaya nating unawain eh. So, what does that mean? Obviously, the decentralized finance, and I'm going now to the real world, ito na yung ating segue, no? Decentralized finance basically is a group of applications, smart contracts within the layer of Ethereum. Ethereum is the parent, the parent network or the layer, no? Below that is your layer 1, technically your stable coin that should make, your DeFi stable, no? Yan yung stability ninyo. Because meron kang native stablecoin. For example, stablecoin is example niyan is US dollar. Stablecoin yan. US dollar tether. Stablecoin yan. Fiat currency yan. Ibig sabihin yan, kahit anong gawin mo, hindi magbabago yung presyo niyan. No, it should never change. The worst that can ever happen is nagkaroon ng economic turmoil tulad ng sa Ukraine. No? Tulad ng sa Ukraine. Ngayon, in Ukraine, guys, in one of the exchanges, they're now buying $1 is to 13. 1 is to 1.13. Ibig sabihin nun, they're willing to pay dollars on a higher rate. Just because lahat ng tao nagba-bank run, they're now coupling their money to crypto, no? Kasi wala nang bangko, no? Now, below that, yung mga applications na. Yan. We were gonna be studying this right now. So let's now go to the real world, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just try to open my screen. There you go. Okay, so type number 1 if you guys can see my screen before I talk. Thank you. Okay, ang nakikita nyo po ngayon is what I call the DeFi Pulse. No? It's a decentralized Pulse website where it gives you a little bit of what is decentralized finance in a nutshell. No? A total of $75 billion are actually locked, no, within the decentralized finance, no? Obviously, kung meron tayong Bitcoin na dominant coin in the crypto, you have another coin, in this case Maker, as a dominant coin or DeFi in the DeFi space. Okay? That's why you have the Maker dominance. Now, $75 billion. Ang laki. Ang laki ng perang yan. Pag samasamahin mo yung tatlong malaking bangko sa Pilipinas, that is the equivalent of the value of the entire DeFi. No? So, you will notice sa ilalim, there are couple of names. No? Maker, Curve Finance. Imagine niyo sila si BDO, sila si BPI, sila si China Bank, Metro Bank, no? And their function is to be able to give you services like, look at the sector column, they could do lending, they could do decentralized exchanges, they could do assets, deposits, etc., etc., etc. No? They could also become a payment platform. So imagine ninyo, sino ba nagmamanage ng mga layers na ito? Wala. These are already existing within the Ethereum blockchain space. No? So let us quickly deep dive into this further. No? Let's try to look for these individually. So when you click on Maker, let's quickly check on Maker. Obviously, Maker or MakerDAO.com, they have a stablecoin called DAI or DAI, a very good stablecoin. They have a couple of statistics. In terms of dollars, there's already $16 billion na nakalock na parang in layman's term, naka-time deposit in Maker. Okay? So, in BTC, almost 377.5. In Ethereum, 5.4 million. Parang kasinlaki nung, alam nyo ba, yung Ukraine, they asked for cryptocurrency support, no? And they got almost $8 million worth of support, no, from global citizens in crypto. Ganun kadali. Wala nang Red Cross, wala nang kung ano-anong bangko. Diretso na sa wallet ng tao. And if you go to the Ukraine official Twitter, tinweet nila eh. Sabi nila, okay, we're gonna be needing some help and please deposit us. Yun, dami ko mga deposits. So, when you click on when you click on the blockchain, it will give you the project information. What is Maker? What is it about? Obviously, it's a credit platform that supports DAI or DAI. It's actually a stable coin whose value is pegged into USD. When you say pegged coins, ito yung mga coins na talagang wala naman silang value, but if you peg it with a US dollar, nagkakaroon sila ng value. This is actually a coin or a token with no intrinsic value. Anyone can mint a coin online. Okay? So in this particular case, isipin mo parang bangko yan. Parang bangko wherein they can actually do functions of a bank without becoming a bank. Alright, so let's now do this. So that's one of the example of Maker. O, punta tayo ngayon sa Aave. When you click on Aave, obviously it's a lending platform. So from a lending platform, sila naman ay medyo may pagbaba ang kanilang value when you click on the all-time high. Total value on USD, they're currently within the 8.6 billion total value lock. No? Ano naman si Aave? Sila ay open source liquidity protocol. So what does that mean, coach? What does that liquidity protocol mean? Okay. Sino dito ang merong, o sino dito kung hindi man kayo, sino dito yung merong magulang na, may time deposit? Sige nga, type number 1. Who has a time deposit here? If you know or you know anyone with a time deposit, please type number 1 sa bangko. Okay, sabi ni Eliza, thank you. Sabi ni Mary Rich, thank you din. Alright, number 1. Alright, si Christine, thank you. Ang dami, okay. Si Jamin, alright. Joy, alright. Trina, okay, good. Marami sa atin, mga kilala natin, meron na mga time deposits. And that is also how these types of companies, or not companies rather, I stand corrected, these types of decentralized platforms work. I'll give you an example. If we click on Aave, there you go. This is the Aave website. It's actually aave.com. There's a total of 17 billion total number of dollars that are actually part of the liquidity protocol. What is a liquidity protocol? What is an AMM? What is an automated market maker? Imagine ninyo na si BDO, para sila makapag-operate, meron silang teller. Meron silang teller sa bangko. Yung teller na yan, dapat nandiyan yan na nakaupo para makuha yung pera mo for you to do money exchange, for them to get your deposit, for you to get your withdrawal. At pag walang teller, hindi ka makakagawa ng transaction. The decentralized world created a technology called automated market maker, which basically means anytime that you go to the protocol, you can swap, you can do lending 24/7. 24/7. So when you click on, for example, AMM, you click on that, okay? And you click, for example, DAI, USD coin, USDT, Ethereum, wrapped BTC. WBTC is a Bitcoin that's wrapped because it can operate within the Ethereum network. It's a Bitcoin within the Ethereum network. Now, so these are your assets. So if I am going to deposit, let's say in BDO, okay? And in BDO, let's say my deposit rate is, let's say, 0.25% per year. That's the annual. Sobrang liit, no? In yield for in AMMs, no, in the Ethereum network, pwede kang pumili ng borrowing rates. Pwede kang pumili ng iyong sariling rates. So let us try to do, for example, ako ay magde-deposit. Of course, we will just, for example, for the purposes of this, we need to click on deposit. When we click on deposit, it will show to us a new window that should tell us, okay, let me just try to, okay, we will deposit, and let's say, for example, we're going to deposit a USDT coin. You will notice here, in the total market size of Aave, there's already 1.08 billion total fund value within the pool. There's already 930 million na hiniram na ng mga market players, no? And when you click on this, let's try to click on this. There, lalabas po ito. Lalabas po ito. And of course, you can never do any transaction within here unless you connect your wallet. Okay. What type of wallet can you connect? You can connect Ethereum-based wallets. In this particular example, I already connected. I have a lot of wallets, but I just try to connect one of them for demonstration purposes for you RTU students. So I click on my Ethereum mainnet wallet. This is my mainnet wallet already. This is actually my wallet within the MetaMask. MetaMask, itong maliit na fox ito sa taas ng aking screen. It's actually a wallet extension. Go to your Google Chrome, download MetaMask. Hihingian ka lang niya ng passphrase. Wala ka nang bibigyang ID at kung ano-ano pa. It can already create a wallet for you. But be careful. Don't just create it. Make sure you protect your seed phrase, your 12-word seed phrase. Pag binigay mo sa iba yan, goodbye to your wallet. So in this particular case, let's say I've already connected my wallet. Doon pa lang ako makakapag-deposit. But before you do a deposit, I would like you to look at my screen real quick. I'll try to maximize it. And again, we're gonna be doing the real world for you, no? Not just the slides, no? All right, you will notice there's actually a deposit, borrowing, and variable borrowing. APY is the annual performance yield. An annual performance yield is basically the total performance of a potential interest na pwede mong makuha when you give money to the pool. You need to remember, you can actually act as a person giving money or you can act as a person borrowing money. Question, in the entire discussion na ginawa natin, may narinig ba kayo sa aking teller? May narinig ba kayo sa aking BPI na hinanapan ka ng ID? Please type number 1 if you have not heard me say teller in the instruction. There is no teller. That is the value and the power of your decentralized finance. It can give you the same function of a bank without having a bank manager or a teller beside you. So, if we click on, in this particular case, you notice I have no balance in my wallet, so I will click on deposit. When I click on deposit, it will tell me that my balance is 0. I need to go to my wallet to be able to deposit USDT. For example, I don't want to choose USDT. And let's say we're going to choose another potential. In this case, we're going to choose Ethereum. When we click on Ethereum, for example, lalabas ang mga Ethereum-denominated coins. And let's say we click on Ethereum. We will do the same. Nakita mo, meron akong maliit na balance. Again, for demo purposes lang naman ito. I have a 0.01 Ethereum. When you click on deposit, there you go. It will ask you to deposit within your wallet. Again, wala kang nakitang teller. Wala kang nakitang bangko, walang BPI, walang BDO, etc. You can click on, but of course, you need to remember this one will not push through. I will try it for you to see. I will tell you why. I will tell you why it will not push through. But before we continue, I would like to look. I want you guys to look into this. No, number one, available liquidity. What does this mean? It means that there's already a 1,361,000 Ethereum that's already locked in. May mga nauna na sa'yo. No? May mga nauna na sa'yong mag-deposit. So let's try, again, let's try to do this. Okay? And I'm telling you, it will be not continuing. And I will tell you why. Let's try to click continue. There you go. If you click, the step 1 is to deposit and click on finish. It's asking me, listen carefully Let me try to maximize this one. So sabi dito, you have 0.00903 Ethereum or $23 for example, and you can use it as a collateral. First step is to deposit. I will click deposit, but you need to see sa ilalim there is a transaction cost. What is the transaction cost? It's called a gas fee. When I click on edit, it will actually show to you gas fee. Panginoon ko po, taas-taas na nga ng gas ngayon No? There is a gas fee. Gas fee is basically sort of a bayad for your transaction to move on. Mga Axie players, alam nyo to, mga managers nyo, naiinis kasi ang taas-taas ng gas fee in Ethereum. Correct. Type number 1 kung correct. Ayan, ang namin nagko-comment. Right. And this is gas fee. Right now, ang pera ko is $26. Nakita ba ninyo na yung gas fee is minsan mas malaki pa kaysa doon sa laman ng pera mo? In this particular case, I am going to choose the standard gas setting and I will click on confirm. When I click on deposit, it will not push through because I have not enough gas fee. I'll click on deposit. Okay, it will try. It will say, you're seeing my wallet right now. It will say insufficient funds. I need $52. Okay? Question. Did you see a teller in my presentation? Did you see a teller? Yes or no? No. Right? So, for this particular transaction to go through, I just need myself and my wallet, and there you go. There you go. So, from a perspective of a decentralized finance, pwede ka palang kumita. Okay. Let us try to click on my deposits. You can actually create a deposit. There you go. You can choose ano yung mataas, 2.17%, 1.85, etc., etc., etc. Okay, you can also choose stablecoins. Bakit minsan you want to do yield farming in stablecoins? Kasi you will not suffer on impermanent loss. Impermanent loss lang is basically paper loss. Yun lang yun. Pag tinanggal mo yung pera mo, bumaba yung value ng pera mo, parang forex. For example, you deposited $100 in the bank. $100. When you deposited, ang equivalent nan is $51, 51 pesos to a dollar, no? So 50 pesos in a dollar. So you have $100, so you have 5,000 pesos. Now, when you withdraw it and the value of dollar becomes 49 pesos, eventually it became 4,900 pesos. You lose 100 pesos. Ganun lang yun. As simple as that, no? From an impermanent loss perspective. The thing is, sometimes, both value diminishes and appreciates. Nagpa-fluctuate silang dalawa. So there's actually an impermanent loss calculator na ginawa. Eventually, you have multiple types of open sources. You also have, by the way, Maker. Maker is another, based on this kanina, you have Maker here. You see this one? No? You have Maker. You can also try to open that maker.dao. So makerdao.com. Obviously, you can look for communities. Let's say you want to click on 1inch. 1inch is another decentralized platform kung saan sila ay nag-o-offer ng swapping or parang foreign exchange. Alright. When you listen carefully when you do your foreign exchange, or sorry, your decentralized exchange, or in this case, Inch, you make sure always connect your wallets. No? In this case, nakakonect na ako ng wallet. Okay? I was able to connect my wallet. And of course, meron na rin tayong tinatawag na platform here. Okay? So from a platform here, obviously you can choose ano ba yung gusto mong i-gamitin. Let's say we click on Ethereum. Okay, we click on Ethereum. And let's say I wanted to swap this with, I wanted to swap this with some other coins, whatever that coin is. You need to remember, you will see that there is a gas fee, there is a rate. Ano ba tong rate na ito? What is this rate? Obviously, ito yung rate ng particular currency, or in this case, coin na gusto mong ipalit in dollars in this particular example, or DAI, which is also a stable coin. I will make it even easier for you. Sino dito ang may alam kay Binance? Can you type number 1? Okay, good. I'm happy. Some of you are aware of Binance. Very good. Okay. So I have Binance Earn in my screen. Okay. There is a terminology called yield farming. Ba't ba na-invento si yield farming, no? Yield farming came into the picture simply because may mga panahon during 2018 there was a crypto winter, no? Crypto winter, and eventually, let me just try to share you my screen real quick. Okay. Okay. So let me try to share you my screen. There you go. And let us try to choose Bitcoin. Let's try to choose 1 day. And what you will notice is that way back on this is December 2017. And what you will notice is that from 2017 towards 2018, the coin has actually suffered massive drawdowns, no? The price of Bitcoin went down all the way from an average of $19 to almost $3,000. So what does that mean is the coin has had a drawdown of almost 84%. So during that time, iniisip ng tao, ayoko na mag-crypto. Ayoko na. There's an 84, baka maging zero value na ito. And people started to freak out. So eventually, nagkaroon tayo ng tinatawag nating mga decentralized finance. No, nauso ang mga decentralized finance kung saan bigyan natin ng ibang kulay ang crypto. Let's give them a different color. In this particular case, pwede palang kumita ng pera if I just put my money into yield farming. I would like to get a lot of yield. Now, you will see here that there's actually couple of products. Para na po silang bangko. No? There's actually guarantee, there's high yield, there's auto-invest. No? Pag meron kang balance sa iyong account, mag-auto-invest, parang mutual fund, auto-debit sa account mo. Di ba? Ayan. In this particular case, we're gonna be clicking on farming, which is for decentralized finance. And you have multiple options. In this case, you have liquidity farming, swap farming, and launch pool. For this particular demo, again, let's go to the real world kasi kailangan nyo yun bilang isang mga graduating students, dapat malaman nyo to. No? Let's go to liquidity farming. When I click on liquidity farming, ladies and gentlemen, I made a demo already earlier kung saan gumawa ako ng example, no, ng total liquidity. Pero ano ba ang ginagawa ng liquidity? A liquidity farm, basically, what it meant is you are adding value sa pool ng maraming pera. So parang imaginein mo, si BPI, sige, mag-deposit kayo dito and we will give you a special interest. Parang ganon. Pero ito, walang bangko. Ang ginagawa ng Binance, okay, sige, mag-deposit kayo dito at, mag-deposit kayo dito and we will give you 6.97% interest. And if you think about it, who is going to offer 6.97% in any banks in the Philippines? Pwede sigurong ING, no? If you think about it, ang banks ngayon, the average maximum can be offered to you is, I would say, not even more than 1%. Unless otherwise, that the bank is actually putting your money into another high yield investment instrument. So a 6.97% is very, very high. So in this particular case, let's say you are assuming that you're going to put your money, in this particular case, you're going to put USDT, example, or let's say, let's try to look kung meron tayong other coins like ADA, no, or whatever that you have in your coin. Let's say we look for USDT for now, no? USDT mana. Okay. In the USDT mana, pwede ako maglagay ng yield, no, by adding either USDT or mana, or I could do both. Kapag USDT lang i-add ko, let's give you an example. Let's say I'm going to add $10 as an example. Take a look at the current pool size. There's already almost $1,900,000 in the pool. Ang ginagawa ko, I'm adding $10 more in the pool. Okay. In return, there's going to become a rate. Yan, may rate sila on trading fees. Ayan, may bayad yung rates nila. Yan. So when you pool, you're already adding 0.0002 to the pool. A slippage basically means kapag tinaya ko ito, pwedeng magbago ng around 0.19% or 19 basis points ang presyo ng USDT or whatever yield, or 0.19 slippage ang pwedeng magbago, no, in the value of your coin. In this case, for example, I'm using USDT. I'm confident hindi bababa ang price niyan. And you need to remember that, tip yan from me, when you are staking or farming, always couple it with a stable coin, in this case USDT. So I will click on I have read, but did you really understand that? Let's try to click on the terms. If you click on the terms and try to click on Control F and type the word risk, there's 3 total risk word that you need to remember. Number 1, when you're adding liquidity, it's not risk-free operation. Number 2, when your users shall fully understand that the risks of digital asset environment investment. Users agree that the investment operations performed in Binance represent their true investment intention, parang love life pala to, no? And unconditionally accept the potential risk. You need to accept the risk. Ergo, when you click on this, you understand that potentially something can happen with your investment. And what is that potential? No? You need to remember that there are a lot of hacking na nangyari, no? Hacking in the past, no? Ang nangyari dyan, and there's slashing na pwedeng mangyari. I will not dig deeper into that today, but I guess from a totality of things, no. By the way, I discussed some of that in my university. If you guys would like to pursue your cryptocurrency knowledge, go to my website. No, but at the end of the day, there's always gonna be risk. So when I click on add liquidity, let's assuming we understood already. So when we click on add liquidity, it will now give you a confirmation screen. Click OK. And eventually, you are able to add liquidity. Now, what does that mean? So let's go back to view my portion. And here, you will notice I already have 2 liquidity additions. And yung isa medyo mataas, 82%. Yung isa, 6.97%. In this particular case, you have an option to either claim. I already have 0.007. Guys, yield farm ko lang before we start the day. Sino ba naman dito ang maglalagay ng 500 pesos at in a span of 2 hours, kikita ka na ng 0.0017? That is the power of decentralized finance. In your own house, go to decentralized finance. Put $10 and you can already click on claim. Type number 1 if you see this. Diba? So at the end of the day, kaka-invest mo lang, I only have $9 or 500 pesos. I already have 0.0017. Isn't that the power of cryptocurrency? Na pwede ka nang maglagay ng pera at kumita ka na ng malaki? 500 piso lang yan. When I click on claim, I can even add more. Let's say I click on add USDT. Let's say I will do maximum $261. I will claim that later on. And eventually, it will, if you go to view my portion, it would now show to you, you have a total of $271 and you can still claim this. I mean, do you guys see this? This is the power of your decentralized finance. So, liquidity pool will shower you with so many incentives, in this case, yield. So, saan nila kinukuha yung perang pang-incentivize sa'yo? Saan nila kinukuha yan? Where do they get that? Kinukuha ba nila yan sa mga ano? Remember, you're paying for fees when you add liquidity kanina. And there are people who are swapping their tokens. There are people who don't want to trade anymore. Ang gusto lang nila, palitan mo tong US dollar ko. For example, you have, let's say you have, let's say you have USDT. Yan. Palitan mo yan ng, bigyan mo ako ng, let's say, mana. Okay. So, wala na akong USDT. For example, let's try. Kung may SLP ba dito, meron ba? Wala. Meron ba ditong mana? Meron. Kung ano mang meron kang coin, pwede mong iswap. And when you do that, ladies and gentlemen, when you do that, okay, lalabas dito yung rates, yung slippage, yung fees. When you have fees na binabayaran, itong mga rates na ito, this one, these rates, ito yung mga rates na to, ito yung binibigay, ito yung nakukuha. Siyempre nagpa-exchange ka eh. Ito yung kinukuha ng liquidity pool at ito yung iniipon nila na binabayad sa'yo bilang isang liquidity provider. Okay? So from a perspective of a student, what's in it for you as a student, no, as a finance student? So your mindset will change now that in the sense of pag lumabas ka na ng iyong school, no, and again congratulations to all of you graduating students. I'm so proud of you and I look forward welcoming you to the employment world, no, or put your business, not just being employed, no, welcome you to the postgraduate world. You know, when you take a look at it, imagine mo, hindi lang pala ngayon BPI, hindi lang pala BDO. There's already the world like this. No, from a decentralized finance. And from someone who has worked for MasterCard, for MoneyGram, nakadaupang palad ko na sila Ed McLaughlin, the president of one of the presidents of MasterCard. Nakadaupang palad ko na yan sila, si Camila Chitil, na COO of MoneyGram. I've spoken with them in front of them, katabi kami, nag-uusap kami, we exchange minds. I know I understand what they're talking about. Why am I now teaching decentralized finance? Because I know the fintech world will always have limitations. And those limitations, ladies and gentlemen, this is now my sort of my parting slides, no? Those limitations can potentially be addressed by your decentralized finance. I will end the conversation by showing to you a sort of a video. And in this particular video, I would like you to have an idea na ang cryptocurrency space, hindi po ito, this is not a space where you could always earn money. I would not want to end the conversation by saying, oh, sige, join the cryptocurrency and be rich. No, it's not true. That's not true. And in fact, for lack of better terms, it is a lie. No? It's not true. As a matter of fact, I would like you to see this video, no, of a particular Twitch, sort of a YouTuber siya, pero nasa Twitch siya. And he's actually an avid fanatic of Squid Game token. Itong token na ito, for some reason, lumabas yan, no? At nung nauso yung Squid Game sa Netflix, nagkaroon ng Squid token. And this token, ladies and gentlemen, in a span of very, very short time, lumipad itong coin price to almost $3,200 from an average of $5 or average of 250 pesos, sumipa ng 150,000 pesos. And you see what is the reaction of this guy when the price dropped in front of his eyes. Just take a look at this video.
amount of coins that are locked, staked, whatever the fuck's going on. That would be the fully. But obviously the real one is not. So the market cap is 2.1.
Remember, the market cap is on $1 trillion, he said. Okay, just take a look at this video.
68 trillion dollars. And now the market. Oh! Oh! It went to zero!
Okay, I will stop there because this guy keeps on cursing. Okay? Pero dito nyo makikita that the value of the coin can be as high as $3,000. Oh, mga halos anak ko na kayo, no, at your age, no? It can go to zero. It can go to zero. So ladies and gentlemen, this particular industry can be promising as a future. But as students and leaders in the future, I would like you to exercise caution and take things with a grain of salt. It's important that I leave you a message that with decentralization comes accountability. With decentralization comes responsibility. Hindi po natin pwedeng gamitin ang decentralized world to create hype. I am in the job of teaching and trading, teaching our future cryptocurrency traders and cryptocurrency enthusiasts. As a matter of fact, bukod po sa school ninyo, I've spoken with Ateneo de Naga, I've spoken with Holy Angel University. Kayo po ngayon. After you, I will talk to I have 2 more schools, nakalimutan ko tuloy. I talked to Binild is upcoming. Now I'll talk to Universidad de Manila, and of course, how can I forget UST? I'm going to give them all the entire engineering department of University of Santo Tomas. I'll speak with them, all of their engineering, electrical, mechanical, computer, what have you. And right now, I'm very, very happy because nagkaroon ako ng pagkakataong makausap ang mga graduating students. Palakpakan niyo yung sarili niyo. I'm so proud of you guys. I'm going to really looking forward to welcome each and every one of you, you know, in the outside world. At dalihin ninyo sa inyong pag-graduate ang mindset that this particular world, while it's actually very promising, no, there's an accountability that we all need to carry with us. Marami po, to be honest, around 90% of traders get to lose their money. And you don't need to trade. Tandaan nyo to I don't want any one of you to trade your money if that money is a money that you need to buy your food for tonight. That is wrong. The cryptocurrency industry is a very high-risk investment industry. In fact, Binance has commoditized derivatives trading. And derivatives trading is only available, supposed to be for professionals. Even in the Philippine stock market, they don't offer derivatives trading. Wala pang shorting, wala pang leverage. Hindi pa daw ready ang Pilipino. But Binance made it accessible to everyone. That's the reason why I've seen a lot of people who get wiped out, liquidated of their funds. Iiyak, coach, ano nangyari, natalo po ako. So at the end of the day, you need to remember that this industry, while it promises the FINOWNCE of the future, no? The FINOWNCE of the future, you know, this is the now of digital finance. The now is, pwede ka na magkaroon ng finance transaction without having a teller 24/7. Habang nagtitiktok ka dyan, pwede ka maglagay ng liquidity. You could earn already as long as you have a wallet. The wallet doesn't ask you of your ID. MetaMask doesn't ask you for ID except for Binance. They ask you for KYC now. You could do that. But young people need to remember the digital future of finance offers a lot of potential, but what comes to that is responsibility. With that said, please don't forget to subscribe into my YouTube channel. I'm actually Coach Miranda Miner. Follow nyo ako dyan for you to be part of our raffle tonight. Mamaya po ang ating raffle. You get to win 5,000 pesos. Ba, napakasarap naman nun. 5,000 pesos. And you get to win potential a Trezor, no? You get to win a Trezor hard wallet, no? Ako po ito. So let me just exit my full screen para makita nyo po ako. There you go. Ako po ito si Coach Miranda Miner. Follow me there. Subscribe to me. Pag nakasubscribe ka, magiging part ka ng raffle namin. No? At sana po kayo ay manalo. And of course, you could learn. I have live YouTube live gabi-gabi every 10 o'clock po ng gabi. Libre po iyan. Wala pong bayad dyan. And of course, kung wala ka rin namang ginagawa, go to my website. It's globalmirandaminer.com. No? And yan, you could actually look for courses outside your school. Meron akong beginner, intermediate, I have mentoring, I have an elite package, all of that. And I also have partners, no? Partners. I am also available in Spotify kung gusto mo ng motivation. I'm available in Spotify. Meron ako mga audio cast dyan na you can listen. And of course, if you have any emails for me, email mo lang ako sa coach@globalmirandaminer.com kung meron kayong queries or anything else. I'm very happy again to be part of your talk, and I hope that all of you learned not just because of a requirement but na-inspire ko kayo to enter the cryptocurrency space with accountability and responsibility. Maraming salamat po, and mabuhay ang RTU graduating students, and thank you again to your teachers and professors, and that's it for me, and I'll bring you guys back now to our hosts for today. Thank you.
Yes, oh my gosh, I am really out of words. Those are very, very informative, very engaging, and I must say that is very timely and relevant these days. Thank you very much, Coach Miranda Miner. That was a really good talk. I must say I have learned a lot of things about decentralized finance, which I am very, very mind blown. And anyway, I'd like to give you, of course, a virtual club because I am very inspired and amazed by all of the information that was instilled to all the students that is currently tuning in right off this moment. Di ba nabulol pa ako? All right. So I guess we can now proceed.
Okay, ang dami natin overload tayo ngayon.
Alam mo, isa lang yung masasabi ko eh. Banks really has to watch out. Yun lang yung masasabi ko. Kasi, oh my gosh, I don't know how more innovative this decentralized finance can do in the future. Diba? Don't you agree, partner? Sobrang mind-blown
Yes, I agree.
Okay, seems like my partner is having internet connection problem.
Kailangan nating maging careful when
Alright, so since my partner is having difficulty in his internet connection, I just like to remind everyone that you guys can now comment down your questions or any clarifications that you have in mind. So we can ask that to Coach Miranda Miner, and he can answer that, all your questions, as many as he can.
Yes, guys, this is our chance to clear things out. As for a piece of advice, in the rain with information that will be beneficial and be also useful for our future endeavors. And partner, while waiting for our beloved colleague to collate those questions, chikahin muna natin si Coach.
Sure. Hello po, Coach.
Hello. Kumusta?
Hi, Coach.
Sobrang nakaano lang ako eh. So, while watching Coach Miranda, sobrang amazed lang ako kasi ang dami palang ganitong concept na I am not aware of. And it's really a good thing na host tayo and we get to listen to this kind of talk na talagang will be beneficial for all of us finance-related people in the future. So while waiting for our questions from the audience, I have a question pala in mind na I wanted to ask since kanina pa. So, Coach, considering na our innovation is becoming so fast, especially this decentralized finance, do you think na there is a possibility that this decentralized finance will purely take over the whole of finance in the near future? Or is it possible na ma-obsolete yung ating fiat money?
So I'll give you a perfect, timely answer to that. No? So guys, I'm sure as a student, you probably have heard about the Ukraine-Russia geopolitical issue. No? And as a matter of fact, there was a time where the value of the ruble, which is in this case the value of Russian money, went down significantly, no? So because nagkaroon ng sanctions ang US against the Central Bank of Russia, and what it did is it kind of crippled, no? In fact, it really crippled the price of ruble, parang yung presyo ng pesos, no? So, with that particular case, ang nangyari, what has happened was, there was a lot, I wanna at least show to you my screen again, no? There was actually,
Sir, go ahead.
there's actually a lot of people, this one, if you guys look at my screen, yung presyo ng ruble is on the lower screen, no? This is the presyo of the ruble. It actually significantly went down. There's a massive drawdown. People are removing their money from being coupled with US dollars. Ang nangyari, if you've noticed, kabaliktaran, umakyat yung Russian ruble to USDT. What does that mean? Is the USDT is the virtual US dollar. So ang ginagawa ng mga taga-Russia, quote-unquote, marami tayong mga statistics dyan, they're converting their physical money into a digital money. Okay? There's an inverse correlation between this particular coin, asset, no? So, in that perspective, maraming instances na pwedeng magkaroon ng substitution ang digital coin into an actual coin. During geopolitical war, when everything is, when the regulated industry becomes crippled, imagine niyo yung price ngayon because Russia is controlling oil. Ang taas ng gas ngayon sa Pilipinas because meron ngayong issue in terms of oil, no? So if the centralized industry is impacted in this particular case, merong gera whatsoever, it can potentially, but I think long term meron pa ring purpose ang mga regulated banks. Marami pa rin tayo, in trillions of dollars pa din na nasa regulated banks natin. So I think it will take time, pero ang maganda rito, hindi mawawala na meron tayong mga customers in the decentralized world.
All right, thank you so much for that, Coach Miranda Miner. That is truly, that truly enlightened me. All right, we still have another question in our comment section, Coach. Ang question niya is, anyway, this is from Hagonos. When it comes to cryptocurrency, what will you suggest a type of crypto that fits for those who are beginners when it comes to trading?
Okay, so meron po akong my team is actually in the chat room right now. Meron kaming ibibigay, or siguro we'll work with your team na lang, no, to get the email addresses of the students. Meron akong libreng quiz na ibibigay sa inyo. You need to be able to, let me just share my screen again. So this quiz is a cryptocurrency assessment quiz, no? You need to answer this first. Unang-una, magkano savings mo, gaano kataas ang savings mo, hanggang saan ang savings mo pwede mo ilagay sa crypto, kailan mo gustong kunin ng profit mo, may mga questions dyan. And the reason I created this is because not everyone is eligible to go on crypto. Magkatapatan tayo, no? I would not hype all of you. O, sige, pumasok na kayo. It's not true. This cryptocurrency industry would need to accept people who has already money to burn. No? So if you get a score of 0 to 16, you cannot enter in my standpoint. If you scored 17 to 32, you could only do on spot trading or OTCs. So there is a qualifier. We'll send this copy to all of you guys. If you write, we'll get the email addresses from your organizers para malaman mo, are you ready for the cryptocurrency industry? No? Yun ang aking magiging sagot dyan because I cannot, sorry, nawala pala. It's not yet shared. Sorry. Here. So I'm sharing my screen right now. You're noticing that meron akong questions dito. Yan, I'm going to share to all of this to all of you, no? May questionnaire dyan, yan. How much is your savings, etc., etc. And the most important piece here, what is your risk appetite, no? Kasi I mean, end of the day, cryptocurrency, you can lose a lot of money. You could lose 11% or even your entire port. Are you ready for that? Because if you are not ready and you answer 1, lalabas ka na 0 to 16, then you cannot enter the cryptocurrency industry. I'm going to give this to all of you as students, and please assess yourself. No, because at the end of the day, I don't want any one of you going into this industry unless you have money to burn. No, ito yung dapat ang pera mo dito hindi yung pangkain mo paggabi. No, you need to exercise prudence and be careful guys on entering crypto. So, yun ang aking safe na answer sa inyo. I will not recommend any coins at this point, but assess yourself first. Be aware, ano ba yung risk appetite mo? Are you ready to invest on bigger high risk assets? Because if you are not, then maybe recommending coins will defeat the purpose, no, of your success. No? So, I just want to make sure that you guys know that as well. Okay?
Yes, thank you so much. I guess it's your risk appetite, knowing your risk appetite, yun talaga yung pinaka-importante as an investor. It all boils down to that at the end of the day. We still have another question from Arnold Abasolo. May mga cryptocurrency po na sinasabing scam dahil one time ka lang nakikita once you deposited or invested. Tapos eventually, hindi mo na mararanasan ulit. Marami pa rin pong hindi naniniwala. What is your reaction to this?
No, I agree, no? Actually, tanungin niyo yung sarili niyo ngayon. Ilan sa inyo at sa pamilya niyo ang may alam ng crypto? I can tell you around maybe 90% will say, no one in my family knows cryptocurrency. And for some reason kasi, from the word crypto itself, parang cryptic, parang may taboo na word. No, parang ano ba yung cryptic na yan? Parang nakakatakot, no? The word itself, parang it kind of shoos away people, no? So, I agree with that question. Lalabas at lalabas yan, and there's gonna be some unscrupulous people really trying to, in fact, even on my YouTube, may mga nagko-comment dyan, mga nang-hype, kukuha lang ng Bitcoin mo. Kasi it's an open source wallet. Anyone can just transfer money to them. Pag na-transfer mo na, bye-bye, wala kang pupuntahang bangko, walang BP. Itong si niloko ako wala kang pupuntahang ganun. That is the downside of the cryptocurrency market. You cannot follow because, and by the way, if you transfer money to a wrong wallet, that's forever gone. Hindi tulad ng regulated market yan. So at the end of the day, it's true that there are a lot of people who still don't believe, and that's the reason why the Coach Miranda Miner exists. Our purpose is to educate and evangelize young people like you guys that there is goodness in crypto as long as you exercise responsibility and accountability. Okay?
Yes, of course. Be precautious pa din sa mga pinapasokan natin ng mga investment platforms. So, Coach, do you still have time po? I can see in our clock, it's already 2:15.
Maybe I can give you guys 10 more minutes because I need to jump to my class. No? But,
Okay.
I hope you guys
Okay.
understand.
That's so nice of you po. Okay na po yung 10 minutes. Yes, partner?
Yeah, all right. There's also another question, Coach, from Francesca Joy Cruz. And the question is, Sir, Coach, meron daw bang ito yung war ngayon between Ukraine and Russia?
I don't know if I get the question. Meron bang effect ang crypto ngayon sa war ng Russia? Ay, malaki. Tulad nung pinaresent ko kanina, the value of the ruble, the native currency of Russia, is obviously significantly impacted. No? So, people will rush over cryptocurrency. As a matter of fact, because of that, nagkaroon ng swing high ang price ng crypto. Umangat ang Bitcoin from an average price of $39,000 to almost $44,500 ballpark. There was a technical resistance there kaya bumagsak, no? So, there was a swing high na ginawa. There's a trend breakout na ginawa because of that news. No? But obviously, another news that you need to remember, I'm sure you guys are aware of this, interest rates. No? Ang taas po ng inflation sa US ngayon. The highest in 40 years. No? There's an average of 6.9% CPI. At ang paraan ng Fed, in this case sa Pilipinas, ang gagawin ng Bangko Sentral at NEDA, they're going to raise borrowing rates or interest rates. In fact, by March, you're going to release the interest rates at around 25 basis points increase. Ano ibig sabihin yan? Kailangan gawin niya ng ekonomiya para hindi mag-overheat ang economy. No? Inflation drives people borrowing money. And if people don't borrow, economy will a bit magko-cool off ang economy. So yun ang trabaho ng Fed. No? And they're going to do that by March. What's the effect of that? If the interest rates will go high, the long-term yield rates of government bonds will go lower. So what's going to be happening is people will try to put their investments on a lower risk or safe haven. And Bitcoin is not a safe haven at this point. So pag tumaas ang interest rates, no? Mataas ang price ng goods, tataas ang interest rates. Tumaas ang interest rates, people will take care of their money, put it on sure investment instruments. People will not risk their money, pwedeng ganun. Other people can also wear the risk-on mindset. Ibig sabihin na risk-on mindset, okay lang yan. I will just wait for a good news. I will still put my money in Bitcoin, no? And there's a correlation. More to come on this, no? I don't want to just throw out jargons today. But again, if you're really curious and interested to know, maybe after your graduation, enroll ka in our university and I'll be glad to just tell me that you are from RTU and I'll be glad to say hi to you and welcome you. No, kasi it's a big topic to discuss, kukulangin ng 15 minutes natin. Okay?
All right. Thank you so much for that, Coach. We have another question. What is the advantage of choosing cryptocurrency over other investment market, such as stock and forex?
So stocks kasi is not 24/7. No, they work on they work on regulated hours, and there is it's not they're closed in holidays. If you are a trader, you are a trader that likes a 24/7 market, then go to crypto. If you are a trader na gusto mo may potential to leverage your money, palakihin mo yung pera mo, use your leverage. That's not offered in the stock market yet, then go to crypto. The difference or the challenge though, always may risk yan, is there's a very high volatility of the coin. Volatility means the price can drop significantly or it can go even higher, no? Depending on. Sa stocks kasi may tinatawag tayong ceiling play tsaka flooring play, may limits yan. No? Hindi pwedeng umakyat ang coin ng sobrang taas or sobrang baba. Di tulad nung kanina sa Squid Game, 'di ba? From $2,800 to zero. Hindi pwede yun sa stock market, no? They are regulating the drawdown to maximum of 50% or 25%, no? So ang difference niyan, mas safe ka sa stocks kasi it's a regulated, no? But from an opportunity to earn, if you would like to do 24/7 and maximize your money, that's where you get it from crypto. Okay?
All right. So I hope your question was answered by Coach to whoever asked that question. Okay, I have another question, sir, from Jerome Magat. Feeling ko maraming makaka-relate dito because madaming engaged to Axie games and the likes. So may I ask po kung anong best NFT game so far?
Okay. I would like to say that ayoko mag-recommend, no? Pero of course, actually, speaking of NFT, I also have an NFT art. Okay, by the way, if you take a look at my website, if you go to OpenSea, I'm actually, on a personal level, I'm actually selling NFTs. Take a look at my NFTs. You can actually buy them if you would like to. It's an average of around 50 USDT isa. We already have sold around 41 stickers in less than 2 weeks, no? So, speaking of NFT, take a look at my NFT. Yon. Pero if you're going to ask me for NFT games, there are actually 4 games, no, na naka-prepare sa aking slides, no? There are actually 4. One is Axie, Tethan Arena, Pegaxie, and Mir 4. No? So I will not hype them to you. I would like you to explore kasi yan naman ay depende sa gusto mo. If you are an RPG player, siguro magmi-Mir 4 ka. If you are into the cute-looking guys like Axies, then go to Axies. No, nasa gaming appetite mo yan, no? At the end of the day, those with potential for me, kasi everyone wants to be like an Axie, no? So, ang sagot ko na lang sa iyo is kailangan kasi since it's play to earn, you need to have the time and kailangan gusto mo maglaro. Kasi kung pipilitin mo siya, hindi ka kikita, 'di ba? So kung gusto mo ng mga long-term RPG like the Dotas or the Diablo types, use Mir 4, no? Magugustuhan mo yan, may kwento yan eh. Kung gusto mo yung paulit-ulit lang na yung kanta niya, go to Axie. All right, that's it.
Yes, okay. Thank you so much for that. Another, siguro last question na to, sir. From 824E Ponsoy Jamin, how much money do we need to start if we want to invest to crypto?
I would say try virtual trades for now. It's okay. You can trade already without yet using real money. I-try nyo muna. Download BingX. Reniel can send to you my link. Download nyo yan. And try, meron dyang virtual money trades. You don't need to invest for now. Just try it and try on how to play, how to trade para makita mo lang yung paggamit ng charts and how does the money work. Pag tumaya ka, paano kikita, you could see it on your screen using Play Money. After that, if you kind of immerse yourself in the market, again, Reniel can send to you the link of my BingX. If you guys would really like to learn, the market kasi can accept as low as $10. No? $10 to trade. Gagawin nyo lang yan kung kayo ay may ipon na. Do not ever trade money that you will use for your baon or for your money from your family for the food. No? So don't ever do that. Okay?
Yes, I hope na take note nyo lahat ng sinabi ni Coach. Guys, so I guess kung meron pa kayong mga questions and clarifications, you can just reach Coach Miranda to his social media accounts. And meron naman siyang team, so maybe makipag-coordinate na lang kayo. Or sa amin, ng mga organizer, we can reach out to him for you guys. So I guess that is it, since na-promote naman na ni Sir yung kanyang mga social media accounts. And we can actually post it sa ating page para magkaroon pa ng mas malaking engagement at ma-reach out nyo pa siya, guys. Alright, so I guess we can now move on to the awarding of Certificate of Recognition to Coach Miranda Miner. May we call on Miss Maria Nicole Fragata to do the honor. Miss Fragata.
To award the Certificate of Recognition, let me read the citation. Rizal Technological University, College of Business and Entrepreneurial Technology, Financial Management Business Trends Seminar. Certificate of Recognition. This certificate is awarded to Coach Miranda Miner in grateful recognition and commendation for his valuable efforts and exemplary performance as a resource speaker during the virtual Business Trends Seminar of CBET 22801A entitled